Hi YouTube, it's Mama Bear Dawn. I'm a single mom of a little 2-year-old girl currently paying off $50,000 of debt. I'm basically getting on today to talk about a little bit of a financial hiccup that I'm currently dealing with, basically just to get it off my chest. It's arrangements that I made about 3 months ago, and I really hoped that my business would be doing a little bit better so I could afford these arrangements that I had promised, and now I'm kind of in a position where I am going to have to put extra payments to debt on hold as I deal with this. Okay, so basically my child custody agreement with my daughter, I have the agreement that I will take her to see her paternal side of the family, so the extended side of the family, for a period around Christmas time every single year. And her Nana, so her grandmother on her paternal side, has a lot of health issues that prohibits her from traveling regularly. That means that really the only opportunity she has to see Charlotte is if I go and see her. Charlotte's paternal aunt reached out to me and asked if this September I could take a trip with her aunt down to Kentucky, is where I'll be going, to have Charlotte see her Nana for her Nana's birthday. I was asked to go on this trip about 3 months ago, and at that time I figured I could save up some money and afford to go on the trip. I do have money saved up to go on the trip, but the money that I have saved up has basically just been what I could have been putting extra to debt. Really, I don't have that much saved up. It's going to be a very tight budget trip for me of only about $300 for the entire trip. The sucky part is that this, once again, just kind of puts my debt payoff plans on hold because I have a social obligation. I do want to stress that Charlotte's paternal extended side of the family truly loves Charlotte. Charlotte deserves to have a relationship with them, and they deserve to have a relationship with her. Although I do feel like I'm financially overextending myself right now, I understand the importance of really fostering that relationship and making sure that Charlotte and her extended side of the family get opportunities to spend time together. Charlotte's only going to get one childhood. I'm only going to have one shot to really foster that relationship and those memories for her, and I feel like it's important to be able to do that. The sucky part of this equation is that child support has been very sporadic recently. It hasn't really been something that I can rely on. Typically, travel costs for something like this would come directly out of child support, but because child support hasn't been super regular, that's not something that I can rely on right now. Basically expending all extra income from last month and this month just to be able to go on this trip, and even so my budget is very tight. So I honestly don't know if I'm gonna have to put some gas money on the credit card or some food money on the credit card, and that is super discouraging to me. It is something I agreed to. I had the option not to agree to it, but considering the fact that her paternal grandmother has only seen her 2 times throughout her entire life, I felt it was kind of important to try and do this. I do feel, I don't want to get too much into this rant, but I do feel sometimes like Charlotte's paternal side of the family, including her dad, a lot of the effort in terms of that relationship gets put on me. I'm the one putting in a lot of that effort and trying to make sure that things go smoothly. Her dad's gotten a little better about putting in effort because I stopped. But yeah, it falls a lot on my shoulders, and it's something that's really hard for me, especially in the financial position I am right now, to really continue to push for that relationship and to open up opportunities for that relationship to grow. Thing a lot of people don't understand with me, because I can take off work anytime, is the fact that, you know, I'm self-employed, but when I'm taking off work, I'm still losing money. I'm not making income. I'm not working. In order for me to make money, I have to be working. So I'll be taking an entire week away from drawing in income, which also sets me back on my debt payoff goals. I do feel a little financially discouraged at the moment. I don't plan on this trip setting me into more debt. I can almost guarantee it won't. I'm like pretty strict with my budget, and my mom's like gonna send me away with a bunch of granola bars and Lunchables and just things that I can bring that'll be really easy to eat and cheap to eat. So really the only thing that I'm expending money on is gas, and my car gets pretty good gas mileage, so that really shouldn't be an issue. It should be definitely under $300. So I shouldn't go into more debt for this, but unfortunately it just prolongs my debt payoff because I can't make additional payments to debt. And these are the kinds of things that I feel come up all the time. Literally all the time there is something that is prohibiting me from paying off debt. And I wish that I could just say no in these situations, but I feel a lot of pressure to say yes, because I don't look like the good person if I say like, no, you can't see your granddaughter. That reflects very, very poorly on me and just sets up unhealthy expectations for the future. So really at this point, I'm just doing the best I can. I'm trying here, but I had to get on before I do my end of the month budget and talk about next month's budget, just to kind of explain why I'm not really having any extra go to debt this month. And next month, you know, my budget will still be tight again, and there may be a little bit more starting debt than what I originally anticipated just because of this trip. I'm hoping that's not the case. I'm really, really going to try to make sure that that's not the case, but that's just sort of the position that I'm in. No matter what, my debt is always increasing. There's no way I'm going to spend like my minimum payments worth of debt. It might just be like $100 extra on the credit card, you know, no more than that. Definitely no more than that. But yeah, that's where I'm at right now. A little heads up on why my budget might be a little bit messy the end of this month and next month, and we'll be back on track soon. Hopefully as like Christmas season sales start coming in, I'll start to see a little bit more income, which would be great. But until then, as always, I'm just, you know, trying to hold on and get through and make sure all my bills are paid in the process. So as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next